With the 8th overall pick in the 2025 NBA draft, the Brooklyn Nets selected a guard from Russia out of BYU. He is very young with great size. He has shown incredible playmaking ability and much improved three-point shooting from college and has been extremely overlooked so far throughout this NBA season. And his name, it's Mr. Egor Dёmin. Welcome to Basketball Intuition. I'm your host, Ethan Simon. Today, we're going to be talking about Egor Dёmin of the Brooklyn Nets. Hope I got that right. I've been working on it. I'll throw it up on the screen.
Egor, which is the same.
Yeah.
And my last name is Dёmin.
Dёmin.
Maybe I got it right. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. In my opinion, he's probably in like the top 3 to 5 most underrated or overlooked rookies in this class. But let's not waste any more time. We're going to start with his build and then go to the playmaking and shooting afterwards. If you want to see the lineup for the video, just check the timestamps. And here we go. Okay, so at the NBA Combine, Mr. Egor measured in at 6'8" without shoes. So on the court, he's going to be about 6'9" with a 6'10" wingspan. So that's really great size for your guard. And at the NBA Combine, he measured in at 199 pounds. But he said on Jimmer Fridette's podcast, I'll put the link in the description. It was actually really good. He said he put on like 12 pounds post-draft while he was recovering from his injury, which that's another thing to be aware of, by the way, that injury. So that means we're probably looking around over 210 to 215 at this point, give or take, of course. He is 19 years old, won't be 20 until March 3rd. And then a couple little fun things to throw in about his build and personality is he seems like a very self-aware player, a guy that is a sponge that wants to learn. On the court, he plays with a lot of passion, celebrating when he scores, of course, but also whenever his teammates make big plays. But I want to start again with his playmaking and ball handling. And I want to start by talking about his vision is absolutely exceptional for his age and size. And that's something we saw from him in college, and it's something we expected to see. But I have been blown away by his vision and his accuracy passing the ball. One thing that I really liked about his passing is his ability to use his size to create different passing angles, using the bounce passes, going over top of people, using his long arms to wrap around defenders and make those really long arm swing passes. And the place where we're able to see that the most is in drive and kick situations. Whenever he is able to put himself in those situations, he does not drive very often. Again, that's something we're going to get into later. But he does a really great job at collapsing the defense, using his size to draw defenders and creating from there, using his vision to kick out back to the corners and out to the wings. And that's one thing I want to talk about that really blew me away. And we're going to talk about this also statistically that it backs this up as well. He generates a ridiculous amount of corner threes. So if we look at cleaning the glass, we go to his on-off stats. You could probably imagine what that means when he's on the court versus when he's off of the court. And then you go to team shooting frequency. This is where the team is generating their shots from whenever he is on the court. And as you can see, he is in the 94th percentile in all three-pointers, which is one thing, but also in the 96th percentile when it comes to generating three-pointers whenever he's on the court. Yeah, so that has been one of the things that I enjoyed the most about him. And then the very next thing is, like I said, it's not only is he just generating more corner threes, but also he's generating a lot more three-pointers in general. But one thing I've really enjoyed about him is the go-ahead passes. Whenever he gets the ball off a rebound or off an inbounds, he's playing more as like a Tyrese Halliburton opposed to like a Damian Lillard, for example. Damian Lillard walks the ball up the court, waits a minute, gets into the pick and roll, and then just goes from there. Tyrese gets the ball and he pushes the pace. And that's something that we've seen Egor do as well. And whenever you do stuff like that, you're able to create more three-pointers. And now we'll get to the pick and roll passing, which is something that was like the biggest attraction to him when it comes to playmaking whenever he was in college. And they don't really put him in those pick and rolls very often, and there's reason for that we'll talk about in just a second. But I love whenever he comes off of that screen and, throws it over his shoulder to the wing for a three-point shot, gets in that mid-range area, kicks it back out to the corner, drawing in a defender, and stuff like that. And we've seen him make not but so many quick pocket passes, bounce passes in the pick and roll to the roller, but we've seen him try to make passes in that area. He's had a couple turnovers that were forced from trying to do that, but it's something that he can do. Again, they just don't really put him in the pick and roll very often. Well, let me not say very often, but as much as you would like him to, and the reason for that is because of his ball handling right now. And I was going to wait to talk about this, but we'll just talk about it now. It's kind of funny. His like awareness and ball handling ability is like a 5'6", but his awareness and ability as a passer is like a 10, and it's kind of hilarious. But the thing about his ball handle is, number one, confidence. He's got to grow the confidence in that area. Number two, he needs it to be stronger. He needs a stronger and tighter handle. He has some cool counters like the crossover and a hesitation and stuff like that. But you want to see him continue growing with that, really just with the strength and the tightness of the handle. And that's really where my main issue is with his ball handling. And it's not like he's out here dribbling like he's, how can I say this respectfully without taking a shot at anybody? A Rudy Gobert. But for a guy that you want to have the ball in his hands and be that, main playmaker, ball handler, your point guard really is where I would like to see him the most. And again, like I said earlier in the video, he's 19 years old. I'm not tripping. All right, it's cool. But you just got to understand that's a part of his development. And like I said at the very beginning of the video, is one of the coolest things about him is his self-awareness. I know I'm basketball optimism over here, but like seriously, like especially for his case, it makes sense to be optimistic about this. But then the last things with the passing is, a lot of the time we're looking at a pass first guard. He's got great touch on his passes, whether it's an entry pass or he's lobbing it up there for his teammate on the inside. That's working down in the post, tight windows, all that kind of stuff. This dude can pass the basketball. Last thing I forgot to mention, majority of his turnovers are just dumb stuff like a miscommunication, him overthrowing somebody, making a dumb read and not paying attention, or just being careless with the basketball. And that's something that I feel like he can really clean up with really not much time, hopefully. Happy holidays, my friends. If you're still here and enjoying the video, make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to check out the link in the description for my Playback TV. I stream live games up there. If you create an account, I can give you a ticket if you don't have League Pass, and you can watch live NBA games with me. 2 streams a week. It's completely free. We always have a bunch of fun. Make sure to check that out. Back to the video. And now I want to talk about the 3-point shooting, because this was the biggest question or criticism of him whenever he was getting drafted. This dude can't shoot the basketball. If you look at his college 3-point shooting numbers, I mean, you wouldn't be crazy to say that. 4.7 attempts a game, shooting 27%. But you look at his form now, it's silky smooth. Like, his form is beautiful. Now, he has been a very streaky shooter. He's been, some games he's shooting really good, other games he's not shooting very good. And I'm not surprised for a guy that shot 27% from 3 in college to see where he's at now. I don't care. And he's also on the Brooklyn Nets, who aren't trying to win games. So again, I don't care. He's got, again, really good looking form. He gets lift on a shot. His arms are tucked and they look good on the release. Good follow through. He's got a silky smooth catch and shoot motion. I just absolutely love the catch and shoot motion. And if we look at his 3-point shooting numbers without heaves per cleaning the glass, it's 36% total right now as I'm recording this video. And then if we dive into his 3-point shooting numbers a little bit, 40% from the corners on only like 10 attempts, 34% above the break, which is where majority of his 3-point shots are coming from. And if we dive in more, 35.5% on catch and shoot threes, which is also 41.5% of his shot diet, meaning that 41% of his shots are catch and shoot threes. And this is the biggest, most impressive part about Egor Dёmin's 3-point shooting to me. It's not his good-looking jump shot. It's not the fact he's shooting 36%. It's his floor spacing. It is his timing. It's his ability to flash up on the wings and the corners and make himself available for his teammates, filling empty space on the perimeter extremely well. So many times throughout the season where we have seen him take up space on the court and make himself available for a great shot. And that is attention to detail. That is paying attention and being engaged offensively. And that is something you can teach, but if you don't care to put it into practice, then it doesn't mean anything. But he is learning it, and he is also putting it into practice. My girl don't even watch basketball, but as she was watching me edit, notice she was like, he really does take up space crazy good on the court. And then, we talked about the catch and shoot. Now we'll talk about the pull-ups. 34.5% on pull-up threes, a little bit worse than the catch and shoot threes, and it's 27.5% of a shot diet. So 41% of his shots are catch and shoot threes. 27.5% of his shots are pull-up threes. You do a little mathy math and you come to the conclusion that 69.8% of his shots are 3-pointers. And real quick, I do like the fact that he's pulling up from 3. Like, he's coming off that screen and shooting it. That pump fake one dribble pull up is really tough. He's got a really good pump fake. And of course, he's going to need to be able to grow his shot creation. That's one thing. Also that, plays into the handle, shot creation on the 3-point line. But he has been able to create himself good looks from the three-point line off the dribble. Oh, another thing, by the way, about these three-pointers I forgot to mention. This dude shoots from deep. Like, he will shoot the ball from deep. I'll put his shot chart up on the screen. He shoots the three in transition very confidently and has been very effective. Now, per pivot fade, he has only shot 6 of them, but he's shooting 4 for 6 on those fast break threes. Now, when we talk about the mid-range shot, it has not been very consistent, but it is something that has been really intriguing to me. His ability to come off that screen. There's one specifically against Derek White where he comes off the screen and he literally just shoots over top of Derek White because of his length, especially in that pick and roll type. Whenever that guard that is guarding him might get caught up on the screen a little bit and give him a little bit extra space. Those one dribble pull up middies off attacking a closeout and stuff like that. Also showing a turnaround midi in that area, a fadeaway. That turnaround looks really good, and he's knocked it down once or twice. And the last thing when we talk about the three-point shooting is he is shooting way better from the free throw line than he was in college. In college, he was shooting 69.5% from the free throw line. So far, only on 10 attempts. So, take it with a grain of salt. But he is shooting 80%. So he's shooting 8 for 10 on free throws so far this season. He does not get to the free throw line very often. And that's where we're going to get to next, the finishing ability. But he doesn't get there very often because he's not going to the paint very often. And this is where we're going to talk about the confidence thing. And also, the biggest question right now about his game, other than like his ball handling, is his ability to get to the basket and finish on the inside. The biggest problem when it comes to him going to the basket is his confidence. It's something that we've seen him start to do more and more whenever he got a few starts under his belt, opposed to when he was coming off the bench. His first couple games, homeboy did not go to the basket at all. So it's something that we are seeing him grow, but it's something that we did see him do in college where he was getting to the basket much more often. But he has already shown some really interesting flashes as a finisher. Stuff like a slow step or a euro and stuff like that we've seen him do a few times. Has been really flashy and cool, shooting 50% in the paint and restricted area per pivot fade. I will, go ahead and get some negative things out of the way. Right now, on a lot of his finishes, he kind of looks just out of control or rushing whenever he's finishing on the inside. And that's a poise issue. That's a confidence issue. He does have poise and confidence as a ball handler and a passer. But when it comes to whenever he's getting downhill, it seems like he's worried he's going to get a shot packed. One thing I do really like that plays into the shooting is how well he attacks closeouts. Pump fake, attack the closeout. Also, we saw from college is the straight line drives, like just coming off that screen and just driving straight to the basket. And I was really quick about this section because there's only but so much for me to talk about when it comes to the NBA. Like I said, he did show more flashes in college. I can't show you those clips or I will get copyrighted. But something I've already talked about on that podcast, here we go again with that Jimmer Fridette podcast. He said that the biggest place where he was trying to improve was getting and finishing at the rim. He's self-aware. He's working on these things. We're seeing him do it more and more. So we are literally watching him get better game by game, which is something that is very rare, but it's real right now for Egor. Now, let us talk about thy defense. All right, we'll do eeny, meeny, miny, mo for if we start with good or bad things. Lint roller is one. Mug is the other one. You can barely see it, but it's here. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch Egor Dёmin by his toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny. I already forgot if it was good or bad things. All right, I guess we'll start with the good things. Well, actually, I'll start with a disclaimer. The Nets' communication on defense is so garbage, and Egor is consistently trying to have to recover for other people. So sometimes it makes it seem like he's worse than he actually is. Again, we'll start with some good things. He has actually had some really good defensive possessions against some really good players like Brandon Ingram, but then also some other really disgusting bad possessions getting turned around by Colin Murray Boyles or getting cooked by a Landry Shamet Hezzy. But other than that, great positioning on defense. Really good positioning, sliding over, being that help defender whenever he needs to, sliding over to the paint. Something we've seen him do a few times and something that I've really enjoyed from him. Just having, good positioning. Another thing that I've enjoyed is I like the angles that he takes contesting jump shots. And the thing is he's really big and tall, so he's able to, contest jump shots pretty well for being a perimeter player. Good positioning. The next thing that's really great about his defense is his length and his ability to be in the passing lanes. He has really good anticipation in the passing lanes, in my opinion. So he's able to, snatch balls up out of the air, take bad passes, dumb passes that shouldn't have been made in the first place, and stuff like that. That I've enjoyed from him. And I've liked his willingness to be aggressive and get in a stance and try and play defense. Now, this will take us to some negative things. His foot speed isn't anything crazy, and it's kind of inconsistent. Sometimes I feel like he's got quiet feet defensively. Other times I feel like he's moving them really, really well. The next thing would be his need for strength defensively. He has the size and length, but he does not have the strength right now. But again, 19 years old, that's something that will come with him in time. I mean, he's already talked about how he needs to put on more strength, and he already has put on, more muscle. So that's another thing that will take out the possessions of him getting pounded defensively, which doesn't happen but so often. He is active though. That's the thing. He's active, engaged on the help side, good in the passing lanes, good positioning, mid foot speed, needs some more strength, and that would kind of sum up my thoughts defensively. Coming at y'all from a little off angle here. I was editing this video. I was like, maybe I was a little harsh on the defense. So I go to look at his on-off stats. If you look right here, the Nets are significantly better whenever Egor is on the court. But all these things put together, you have a really great playmaker and a passer, an improved three-point shooter, very confident three-point shooter, great size, aware player, which is really important, aware and growing his finishing ability, defensively, some great moments, some not great moments. Overall, I'm a fan. So yeah, that's all I had to talk about for Mr. Egor Dёmin today. Brooklyn Nets have been really interesting watch for me, as I was able to, for this video, watch like 7 Nets games, or maybe more, maybe less. I don't know. I watched a stupid amount of Nets games for this video. Couple cool things to talk about the Nets very briefly. Loving Noah Clowney. If I get like 3 comments on this video, I will make a Noah Clowney video, because I'm a huge Noah Clowney fan. And that's all I want to talk about for the Nets. I don't want to talk about him anymore. I forgot to do comment of the day, so we'll do the comment of the day down here real quick. I got 2 comments for the comment of the day. Shout out to the Mumbo Jumbo. Appreciate the love, bro. I'm sorry that you're a Pelicans fan. I'm sure it's tough right now. And also shout out to Cam W's 406. Much love, bro. I really appreciate y'all. Jesus loves you. He loves you more than I do. I love you, but he got me beat by infinite amount. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like, the comment, the sub, post notifications if you want. Hype the video up. That's something that is new that I still don't fully understand, but you can do if you want to hype the video up. Again, don't fully understand, but I'd appreciate if you did. Happy holidays, everybody. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Super excited for Christmas, as you can tell. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family and friends if you have any. There's always something to look forward to. Never forget that. Let me know any videos you want to see me make next. I've already got my next video planned out, but then after that, I have no idea. So maybe I could do Noah Clowney after that. Whatever you want. Let me know in the comments. I love you. See you in the next video. Take care. Peace out.